Good morning, America. Deadly fires and floods. New threats on both coasts this morning. The Holy Fire scorching everything in its path, now forcing 20,000 evacuations. Massive flames rushing toward these homes.
Hey! Backyard's on fire!
The desperate battle underway to try and contain the blaze. While the East braces for a major washout. The heavy rain now on the way.
Space Force. The Trump administration now revealing their plans for the Space Force, that new branch of the military they want in place by 2020, even asking supporters to vote on a logo.
Breaking his silence. Actor Casey Affleck now addressing those sexual misconduct allegations. Why the Oscar winner is now apologizing.
Caught on camera, the woman arrested for a DUI pleading with police not to take her in because she's a, quote, very clean, thoroughbred white girl. The backlash this morning.
And is there a new Bond in town? The fan favorite star who may be taking over 007 duty.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
Good morning, America. Great to have you with us on this Friday, or Friday, as we say around there. Who may be the next James Bond? Elba. Idris Elba.
Whoa, yeah, that's right. Name's been thrown out. How do you two feel about that?
I like it. Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, I agree. 2 thumbs up. Well, that's right. There are new clues that he may be taking over the 007 role, but we're going to have much more on that.
He's got the look, he's got the voice, he's got the acting chops.
And the accent.
Yeah.
I know.
I wish I had one of those accents.
You don't. But you have so much more.
I know, exactly. Greedy, man.
I'm trying to figure out what I can do.
You've got some dance moves, and you can bring them to the park because it's Friday, and that means we've got our party in the park. Look at that. Chainsmokers taking the stage, and you can see all those fans excited. It's a beautiful day. Can't wait to get out there.
Perfect. But first, we're going to begin with those raging wildfires in California. The governor declaring a state of emergency as the Holy Fire scorches thousands of acres. 20,000 people told to evacuate as the flames close in on homes. ABC's Will Carr has the latest.
This morning, a state of emergency as the Holy Fire invades neighborhoods.
Hey! Backyard's on fire!
Fire violently swirling around stoplights, entire hillsides fully engulfed. In rows of houses just feet away as the wall of flames rips through, creating a hellscape seen for miles. These flames have raced up this hillside. Check out just how close they are to this home. They are massive. We've got a number of planes in the area. Air tankers swooping in, dropping streaks of red retardant. Firefighters march up a ridge to make a stand against the approaching inferno. People desperately spraying down their homes, or they're forced to leave. Gotta get out of the road. The 10,000-acre wildfire just 5% contained, pouring out thick plumes of black smoke. The sheer power of the blaze terrifying residents.
This is the first time I've ever been anywhere where I've heard the fire. It's rough.
This morning, the threat is still very real. These flames are bearing down on homes in this area as the man accused of sparking this fire faces 6 felonies, including arson. Robin.
Seeing those flames. All right, Will, thank you. Michael?
All right, thank you, Robin. Now the new protests overnight over the national anthem. NFL players taking the field during preseason games, and some of them taking a knee or raising a fist as the music began. ABC's Paula Ferris is here with more. Good morning,
Good
Paula.
morning to you, Michael. Good morning, everyone. 24 of the 32 NFL teams were in action last night. Granted, it was just the first preseason game, but we did see several player demonstrations during the national anthem. In Miami, Kenny Stills taking a knee, while defensive safety Robert Quinn raises his fist in the air right there. And Philadelphia Eagles safety Malcolm Jenkins also raised a fist during the national anthem. His white teammate Chris Long put an arm around him in a show of support. Now, the NFL said on Thursday it will not discipline players for any protests during the national anthem while it attempts to reach a resolution with the NFLPA, the Players Association, over its anthem policy. So that's ongoing right now. But the league reiterated that for now, the anthem will continue to be played before every game, and all player and personnel on the field at that time are expected to stand during the presentation of the flag and performance of the anthem. Personnel who do not wish to do so can choose to remain in the locker room. So a lot to be determined. The teams are also working on their own individual policies. hopefully they get it done before the season starts, which is 4 weeks from yesterday.
But if you have a league policy and then you have a team policy that don't go together,
Right.
there is no policy.
Well, and the Jets acting owner said that if there is an NFL policy where the players will be suspended or fined, he's going to pay for it. So it's all to be determined.
Yeah, a lot of owners have said, no,
They'll
if the
step up.
guys kneel, if they're the fine, we'll take care of it. So we'll see what happens, Paul, as the season gets closer.
Yep, 4 weeks from yesterday it starts.
All right, thank you.
I know you're ready.
I'm ready.
Thanks, Paula. Well, now to the Space Force, that new branch of the military the Trump administration wants to create by 2020. Let's head straight to our chief global affairs correspondent, Martha Raddatz. And Martha, they've already started working on a logo for merchandise.
They sure have. The Trump campaign is working on logos. No sooner did Vice President Pence roll out the plans for a Space Force than the campaign reached out to supporters to choose their favorite Space Force logo. The intention to sell merchandise to support Trump-Pence in 2020. The merchandise could well be popular, but a Space Force is a long way from becoming reality. In fact, it would take an act of Congress to create a new branch of the service. But Donald Trump has been enthusiastically advocating for this Space Force, and the Pentagon is now figuring out exactly what that would take and how that would work, Amy.
Okay, Martha. And I mean, logos aside, we should point out there are real threats in space that could disrupt military operations, even daily life.
Absolutely. The U.S. has a vast array of military, intelligence, communication satellites that provide everything from GPS on our phones to tracking missiles and ships, and those could indeed be vulnerable. And China and Russia are making advances in anti-satellite technology, but the Pentagon is already tracking that threat and has a space command under the Air Force with 30,000 personnel working to keep our space assets safe. But President Trump wants that to be its own new force, and the Pentagon is requesting another $8 billion to do it, Amy.
All right, it sounds like there is a lot more to come on this one, Martha. Thank you. Michael?
All right, thank you, Amy. And this morning, the president's in-laws are officially U.S. citizens. First Lady Melania Trump sponsoring her parents who took the citizenship oath Thursday in Manhattan. Our White House correspondent, Tara Palmari, has more.
President Trump's in-laws slipping in and out of a Manhattan federal building where they took the oath of U.S. citizenship. Sources tell ABC News that First Lady Melania Trump sponsored her Slovenian-born parents, Victor and Amalia Novs, taking advantage of the same policy President Trump has denigrated as chain migration and vowed to end.
A guy comes in, and then you have to bring his aunt, his uncle, his father, his grandfather, his grandparents. A single immigrant can bring in virtually unlimited numbers of distant relatives. The lottery system and chain migration, we're going to end them fast.
The Navs lawyer Michael Wilds claims they did not get special treatment. The First Lady's office declined to comment. Months before the election, then candidate Trump said Melania would explain how she attained her citizenship after there were questions over whether she violated immigration laws when she first came to the country in 1995 to model.
They said my wife Melania might have come in illegally. Can you believe that one? She has got it so documented, so she's going to have a little news conference over the next couple of weeks. That's good. That's good. I love it. I love it.
That press conference never happened. For Good Morning America, Tara Palmieri, ABC News, Washington.
And that news about the First Lady's parents gaining U.S. citizenship coming as the Trump administration faces a firestorm over another immigration issue. A federal judge threatening to hold the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, in contempt of court after finding out that a migrant woman and her daughter who were seeking asylum were put on a plane to El Salvador while their appeal was pending. The judge ordered the plane turned around. Families back in the USA for now, Amy.
All right, Robin. And now to the latest strange twist in the Russia investigation. The woman once called the Manhattan Madam by some media outlets and notorious for running an escort service is expected to testify this morning before special counsel Robert Mueller's grand jury in Washington. And ABC's David Wright has much more on all of this. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Amy. This is an unusual witness for the Mueller grand jury, but Kristen Davis is no stranger to political scandal. She ran the business that famously ended the political career of an ambitious New York State governor. She was known as the Manhattan Madam. Her business billed discreetly to high-powered clients as Davis Investments.
There's investment in your fun, in your happiness.
A prostitution conglomerate with nearly 10,000 clients. Among them, client number 9, New York State's Attorney General and later Governor Eliot Spitzer, who'd spent $15,000 on prostitutes. When the scandal broke in 2008, Spitzer was forced to resign, and Davis went briefly to jail.
Kristen Davis is a brilliant woman, a friend of mine, someone who has made mistakes and has paid her debt to society.
President Trump's advisor, Roger Stone, is an old friend and employer of hers, so close that Stone is godfather to Davis's 2-year-old son. Now Stone is under investigation in connection with the Russia probe, and the special counsel wants the grand jury to hear from Davis.
She knows of no Russian collusion or WikiLeaks collaboration or any other illegal activity on my part in connection with the presidential election or otherwise, and she's going to talk to the prosecutors voluntarily.
Now, Davis had an informal meeting with Mueller's team last Wednesday, and now this expected grand jury appearance today. Sources tell ABC News that Mueller's team has been pushing her and others about possible connections between Roger Stone and WikiLeaks, which was one of the conduits for those Democratic emails hacked by the Russians. Robin?
All right, David, thank you. Now to a state of emergency declared in Virginia as we approach the 1-year mark of that violent white nationalist protest in Charlottesville last year, where a counter-protester, Heather Heyer, was killed. There are now fears about what could happen again this weekend, and ABC's Eva Pilgrim has the latest.
White nationalists are planning Unite the Right rallies around the country, marking the 1-year anniversary of their deadly event in Charlottesville.
You will not replace us!
These images of men marching on the University of Virginia's campus shook the country. The group converged in Charlottesville, protesting plans to remove a statue of Confederate General Robert E. Lee.
White lives matter! White lives matter!
The tension building during that weekend, the violence only escalating, chaos in the streets as demonstrators clashed with counter-protesters, turning the streets of Charlottesville into a full-fledged battle zone. And then panic and chaos, a car plowing through a crowd of people, leaving bystanders searching for their loved ones.
No, I need my sister!
One person, 32-year-old Heather Heyer, was killed. This morning, the alleged driver, James Alex Fields, is still behind bars, now facing charges for murder and committing a hate crime. Heather's mom says she sometimes comes to the crash scene.
I often go down there on my own in the evenings sometimes, or just to stop and read the messages that people have left and kind of absorb Heather's energy.
This weekend, rallies are planned across the country. D.C. and Charlottesville both under a state of emergency. The largest rally planned for Sunday in our nation's capital.
We know that we have people coming to our city for the sole purpose of spewing hate. It didn't make sense last year, and it doesn't make sense now.
And there are plans in place both here in Charlottesville and in D.C. to deal with those protesters. You can see the memorial that is set up here in Charlottesville in memory of the woman who died. In D.C., they've actually decided that with or without a carry permit, you cannot carry a gun near those protest sites. Police there saying if you are seen with a gun in those areas, you will be arrested. Robin.
And hopefully this time the police will step in. And of course, we're thinking of Heather Heyer's family this morning. Thank you so much, Eva. Michael.
Now to a college basketball coach in custody this morning, accused of punching a New York tourist who hit his head on the sidewalk and later died. Wake Forest assistant coach Jamil Jones is now facing charges, and ABC's TJ Holmes has the story.
An NCAA basketball coach is facing assault charges.
No comment.
After police say he threw a deadly punch Sunday in an alleged misunderstanding about an Uber ride. Police say the man seen in this surveillance video is Wake Forest assistant coach Jamil Jones, who gets out of his SUV moments after investigators say 35-year-old Sandor Szabo knocked on Jones' window thinking it was his Uber driver. According to prosecutors, Jones followed him and allegedly knocked him down with one punch. Szabo hit his head on the concrete, lost consciousness, and police say Jones drove away. Szabo lived in Florida, but was in New York for a wedding. He was transported to the hospital in critical condition, where he died 2 days later.
Really nice guy, and everyone here is just stunned and shocked, and we don't know what to say.
On Thursday, 4 days after the alleged incident, the coach turned himself in to New York authorities.
The Jones family sends their deepest condolences and sympathies to the Savard family. We won't be making any further comments.
Wake Forest University tells ABC News they are aware of this matter, and we are gathering information.
The coach was in court. He's pleaded not guilty. He was released on his own recognizance. But again, this all stemmed from an incident. It's a shame because many of us do it all the time. You approach a different car on the street looking for your Uber driver. We don't know what happened after that, but that would spark this whole incident, and now a man is dead.
Yeah. Think of that, family.
Thanks, TJ.
All right, TJ, thank you. Now to a possible hate crime in California, all caught on camera. 2 teens seen beating an elderly man. One of the teens then revealed to be the son of a police chief. ABC's Marcus Moore is in Los Angeles with that story. And Marcus, the chief wrote an open letter saying he's disgusted.
Amy, he said he's disgusted and hurt. Really an extraordinary moment. The police chief pouring out his heart in this emotional letter to the public after his son's arrest. And he has seen the same video of this vicious attack that you are about to watch. It seems to start with 2 suspects appearing to confront 71-year-old Sahib Singh Nath as he walks beside a park. Then out of nowhere, a punishing kick. Before it's over, one of the suspects comes back to kick the elderly sick man while he's still on the ground, even appearing to spit on him before leaving.
Everybody's scared, me, everybody, all my old guys, that's scared a lot.
The attackers are facing charges of robbery, elder abuse, and assault with a deadly weapon. But the victim's family says this was a hate crime.
That is the hate crime, when they spit, that's the hate crime.
Then that stunning revelation. Neighboring Union City Police Chief Daryl McAllister helping authorities identify his own 18-year-old son Tyrone as a suspect in the brutal attack. Later writing on Facebook, quote, "Words can barely describe how embarrassed, dejected, and hurt he and his family are feeling right now," adding, "My stomach has been churning from the moment I learned this news." The chief also wrote that violence and hatred is not what they have taught their children, saying that intolerance for others is not in their vocabulary, let alone their values. Tyrone McAllister is expected in court later this morning. Amy.
All right, Marcus. Pretty incredible, though, that he spoke up and spoke out, even though that was his own son.
Did what was right.
Yep, Michael.
All right, thank you, Amy. We're going to turn now to a sweet moment you have to see to believe. Take a look at this. A real SEAL, training with the Navy SEAL. That's right. Jumping in and joining the exercises and hey, he's like a SEAL to the water.
Yeah.
But it's really cool to see. Not intimidated. Go out there and teach the guys something they don't know.
That's right. We needed a lighter note like
yes,
that.
We did.
Now to Ginger, dangerous fire conditions this weekend, Ginger?
Absolutely, and especially in the northern Rockies. Boise hit a record of 106 yesterday, going for 108 today. It's that gradient between the little bit of a low coming in and that heat causing gusts to up to 35, really low relative humidities. Let's get to your weekend getaways now, brought to you by Liberty Mutual.
You're turning onto the street when you barely clip a passing car. Minor accident, no big deal, right? Wrong. Your insurance company is going to raise your rate after the other car got a scratch so small you could have fixed it with a pen. Maybe you should take that pen and use it to sign up with a different insurance company.
For drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise their rates because of their first accident. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Well, the Howard County Fair, the Prince William County Fair, and the Howard County Fair all going on this weekend. Today, you've got a temperature of 90 degrees, a lot of sunshine, too, the best day to get out. Saturday, not too bad. There'll be some occasional showers coming through. Your high, 85 degrees, so try to get out early in the day if you can with a little bit of midday sunshine. Sunday, more rain start filling in, your high of 85 degrees. So your best chance of rain is going to be on Sunday. Try to get out Saturday if you can. Next week, looking a little wet.
Coming up, actor Casey Affleck breaking his silence about those sexual misconduct allegations, why the Oscar-winning actor is now apologizing.
And the teenager seen being pushed off a bridge, falling 60 feet, seriously injured but surviving, is now telling her story.
If you're anything like me, your to-do list just keeps growing. It never